Stop for a moment and take a deep breath before getting caught up in the worries of the day. How you start your morning sets the tone for everything that follows. If you want more discipline, clarity, and mental strength, begin your day the right way. The Stoics understood this well, starting each morning with powerful reflections to prepare themselves for any challenge with calm and purpose. Today, you will do the same. In this video, you will learn 12 Stoic meditations that can transform your mornings, time-tested lessons that help great philosophers, emperors, and warriors stay strong regardless of their circumstances. Stay until the end to ensure the lesson truly resonates, because just listening isn't enough. You must absorb it and put it into practice. The first Stoic teaching is to control what's within your reach. How many times have you wasted time and energy worrying about something beyond your control? Traffic that made you late, someone's opinion about you, an unfair decision at work, or a sudden problem. Most frustrations stem from a futile attempt to control the uncontrollable, but the Stoics taught a better way. They divided the world into two categories: things within your control, your actions, words, choices, and mindset, and things beyond your control, such as other people's opinions, the past, the economy, the weather, and external decisions. The key to peace of mind is simple. Focus only on what you can control and accept the rest. Whenever frustration arises, ask yourself, is this within my control? If the answer is no, letting go, accepting, and moving forward is the best decision. For example, if a teammate unfairly criticizes you at work, you cannot control their opinion, but you can control how you respond. Instead of reacting with anger or frustration, you can choose to remain calm and professional, focusing on your work and maintaining your integrity. The same principle applies in daily life. If you're stuck in traffic, rather than getting upset over something you can't change, use the time productively by listening to an audiobook, practicing deep breathing, or simply embracing the moment. Shifting your focus to what you can control frees you from unnecessary stress and frustration. This simple yet powerful mindset shift allows you to navigate each day with greater clarity, resilience, and inner peace. You start seeing obstacles as opportunities for growth. Your entire perspective on challenges will shift. Every difficulty you face, whether the demanding boss, a failed project, or an unexpected setback, is a chance to build resilience, patience, and mental strength. The Stoics believe that adversity is not something to be feared but embraced as a way to strengthen character. Just like an athlete trains their body through physical challenges, you can train your mind by facing difficulties with discipline and composure. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" shift your focus to, "What can I learn from this?" Your actions, taking a deep breath, avoiding an impulsive response, and handling situations with professionalism, are within your control. In traffic jams, honking and delays are inevitable, but how you use that time is your choice. You can listen to a podcast, practice patience, or simply accept that rushing won't help. On social media, pointless arguments are everywhere. If someone starts an unnecessary debate, is it really worth draining your energy trying to convince someone who doesn't want to listen? You can't control others' opinions, but you can decide where to focus your attention. Accepting what you can't change doesn't mean being passive. It means directing your energy toward what you can influence. If your team loses, use it as a learning opportunity. If you receive criticism, filter out what's useful and discard the rest. If bad weather ruins your plans, adapt and find another activity. The key question is never, "Why is this happening to me?" but rather, "What can I do about it?" Try this simple exercise. Grab a piece of paper and draw 2 columns. On the left, list your worries. On the right, mark the ones you actually have control over. Then, forget about the left column and focus only on what you can change. This shift in mindset will free you from unnecessary frustration. If you want a strong mind, stop fighting the inevitable. Focus on what you can change, accept what you can't, and watch your life transform, grow, and improve. Most people see difficulties as roadblocks, something to avoid or complain about, but the Stoics saw them as essential for mental training, an opportunity to build patience, discipline, and self-control. If you want to develop mental strength, you must change the way you perceive problems. When faced with adversity, the natural reaction is to ask, "Why is this happening to me?" But the Stoics asked a different question: "How can I use this to grow?" This simple shift in mindset transforms how we handle challenges and setbacks. Nothing in life is inherently good or bad. What determines whether a situation is beneficial or destructive is how you respond to it. At work, for example, if you receive harsh criticism about your performance, instead of feeling discouraged or offended, view it as a test of humility and a chance to improve. The challenge isn't just about refining your skills. It's also about learning to accept feedback without reacting emotionally. In relationships, conflict are inevitable. If someone irritates you or treats you unfairly, consider it patience training. Instead of responding impulsively, take a deep breath and ask yourself, how would a Stoic handle this? Practicing this level of self-control not only improves your response, but also strengthens your ability to navigate difficult situations with composure. In studies and personal projects, obstacles will always arise. When something seems difficult, recognize it as resilience training. The discomfort you feel today is shaping a stronger, more capable version of yourself for the future. Every mistake, frustration, and setback is an opportunity for growth. The next time you encounter a problem, shift your mindset. Rather than complaining or getting frustrated, see the challenge as a stepping stone toward improvement and personal strength. The outcome, focus on what you can do right now to prepare. Training your mind to stay in the present takes practice, but it's one of the most powerful ways to reduce stress and improve your well-being. Instead of letting your thoughts drift into the past or future, ask yourself, what can I do at this moment? One practical technique to develop this mindset is keeping a Stoic journal. At the end of each day, write down a challenge you faced and reflect on how you could have handled it more rationally and calmly. This simple habit strengthens your mental resilience over time. Life's challenges aren't punishments. They are opportunities to become stronger. Every difficult moment is a test of endurance, patience, and wisdom. The only question that truly matters is, how can I use this to become a better person? The Stoics understood that many people suffer because they are trapped in two prisons, the past, mistakes, and failures, and regrets that can't be changed, or worry endlessly about possibilities that may never happen. But the only moment that truly exists is now. Marcus Aurelius wisely wrote, "Trust the present. Everything else is beyond your control." If you made a mistake at work, there's no value in dwelling on regret. Learn from it and move forward. If you have an important project coming up, don't waste energy stressing over the outcome. Instead, focus on the actions you can take right now to prepare. By training your mind to stay in the present, you free yourself from unnecessary suffering. Every time you catch yourself stuck in past regrets or future anxieties, gently bring your focus back to the present. What matters is what you choose to do now. Be changed, and the future is uncertain, but the present is yours to shape. Instead of worrying about everything that could go wrong, focus on what you can do right now to prepare. In relationships, it's easy to hold on to grudges or expectations, but obsessing over what someone did in the past or what might happen in the future only creates unnecessary suffering. Instead, practice being fully present. When you're with someone, really be there, listen, engage, and appreciate the moment. Even during leisure time, many people find themselves physically in one place but mentally elsewhere. Have you ever tried to relax but kept checking notifications or thinking about what you should be doing next? This habit steals your peace and prevents you from fully enjoying the experience. Commit to being 100% present in whatever you're doing. A simple way to train your mind to live in the present is to practice mindfulness. Whenever you notice your thoughts drifting to the past or future, pause and ask yourself, where am I right now? What can I do in this very moment? Another powerful exercise is starting your day with this reminder. The past is gone. The future isn't here yet. Today, I focus only on what's within my control. If you tend to dwell on past problems, try writing them down and then tearing up the paper. This symbolizes acknowledging what happened, but choosing to let it go. If you feel anxious about the future, turn that anxiety into action. Instead of imagining worst-case scenarios, ask yourself, what can I do right now to prepare better? Then do it and let go of the rest. Life is happening right now. The past can't be changed, and the future isn't guaranteed, but this moment is yours to make the most of. Future? The Stoics believed that reflecting on death wasn't about fear. It was about urgency, clarity, and living with purpose. Memento mori, meaning remember that you will die, isn't meant to be a depressing thought, but a wake-up call to appreciate life and take action. The reality is that tomorrow isn't guaranteed for anyone, so what truly matters is how you live right now. Many people live as if they have infinite time, procrastinating on their dreams, delaying important conversations, and avoiding necessary changes. But when we acknowledge that our time is limited, we begin to focus on what truly matters. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do, say, and think. If you had only a week to live, would you still waste time on meaningless things? Likely not. You would cherish your relationships, express love more freely, take more risks, and let go of pointless grudges. At work, many people get stuck in routines without purpose, working just to pay bills rather than building something meaningful. But if you knew your time was finite, would you still approach each day the same way? In relationships, how many arguments, grudges, and missed opportunity for connection could be avoided if we remember that tomorrow isn't promised? Maybe that phone call you've been avoiding is your last chance to speak with someone. When it comes to dreams and personal goals, most people wait for the right moment to take action. But what if that moment never comes? What would you regret not doing if you knew your time was running out? The Stoic perspective on death isn't meant to create fear, but to inspire you to live fully, without hesitation or regret. Your real power lies in this moment, so make it count. Ignore it and stay focused on your work. You maintain your peace of mind while denying the reaction they were hoping for. The ability to remain calm and composed in the face of provocation is a sign of true inner strength. Not everything in life needs a response. Most conflicts are fueled by unnecessary reactions. If someone criticizes you, does defending yourself aggressively change their opinion? If a stranger is rude, does getting upset improve the situation? The Stoics believe that by mastering your responses, you gain control over your own mind. Epictetus famously said, "If someone tries to provoke you, remember that it is your own opinion of that provocation that bothers you." In other words, the situation itself doesn't cause distress. Your perception of it does. A truly wise person doesn't react to every minor irritation. They don't let trivial issues dictate their emotions. Instead, they choose their battles wisely. At work, if a colleague makes a passive-aggressive comment, your first instinct may be to retaliate. But ask yourself, is this worth my energy? More often than not, ignoring negativity and staying focused on your goals is the better choice. In daily life, this principle can save you from unnecessary stress. When someone cuts you off in traffic, when a stranger is rude online, or when a small inconvenience happens, pause before reacting. Ask yourself, does this really deserve my attention? Learning to control your reactions doesn't mean suppressing your emotions. It means choosing how and when expressed in a way that aligns with your values. Hurts you, but how you react to it. Pain, whether physical or emotional, is an unavoidable part of life. But how we face it determines its lasting impact. The Stoics understood that suffering itself isn't permanent. What lasts forever is the strength you build by overcoming it. When we experience failure, loss, or hardship, it often feels endless in the moment. However, looking back, we realize that every painful experience eventually passes. What remains is what we learned, how we grew, and the resilience we developed. The Stoics didn't deny suffering. They embraced it as an opportunity to cultivate endurance, wisdom, and inner strength. Epictetus famously said, "It's not what happens to you that hurts you, but how you react to it." You can't always control pain, but you can control how you respond. If you face hardship with self-pity and despair, it weakens you. But if you endure with courage and see pain as part of life's training, you emerge stronger. Consider athletes pushing through physical pain to achieve greatness, entrepreneurs failing multiple times before success, or individuals overcoming heartbreak to find love again. Each painful moment is temporary, but the lessons and strength gained last forever. When you're struggling, remind yourself, this is temporary. This is a test. This will pass, and I will come out stronger. Instead of resisting pain, accept it, learn from it, and use it as fuel for growth. The hardships you overcome today become the foundation of your future strength. Seeking approval? The Stoics believe that worrying about others' opinions is one of the biggest that no matter what you to do, living. People will always have something to say. So, why waste time trying to please everyone? Marcus Aurelius wrote, "It never ceases to amaze me. We all love ourselves more than other people, but we care more about their opinions than our own." Think about it. How often do we silence ourselves, change our actions, or hesitate to follow our dreams just because of what someone might think? The reality is, most people are too occupied with their own lives to truly care about yours, and those who do judge you are often projecting their own insecurities. At work, you might fear speaking up in a meeting because you worry about sounding foolish. On social media, you might hesitate to post something meaningful because of the possibility of negative comments. In life, you might avoid pursuing a passion or making a bold decision because of what family, friends, or society might say. But ask yourself, are these opinions going to matter in 5 years? Probably not. The Stoics taught that the only opinions that should truly concern you are your own and those of a few trusted mentors. If you let the fear of judgment dictate your life, you'll never live freely. Instead of asking, "What will people think?" ask yourself, "What do I think?" Instead of waiting for approval, give yourself permission to live on your terms. A practical Stoic exercise is to imagine yourself at the end of your life looking back. Will you regret the things you did or the things you didn't do just because of fear? The answer is clear. Let go of the need for validation. The only opinion that should truly shape your life is your own, only about things within our control, and other people's opinions are certainly not one of them. The moment you stop seeking approval from everyone around you, you free yourself to live authentically. At work, in relationships, and in personal goals, the fear of judgment can be paralyzing. But ask yourself, how much of your potential are you sacrificing just to avoid criticism? The truth is, no matter what you do, someone will always have something to say. So instead of letting that stop you, remind yourself that their opinions are fleeting, but your decisions shape your life. A practical way to break free from this mindset is to reframe your thinking. When you hesitate because of fear of judgment, remind yourself, in 5 years, will this person's opinion matter? If the answer is no, then act boldly. Live according to your values, not someone else's expectations. You have one life, and it's too short to waste on worrying about outside opinions. The Stoics knew that true freedom comes when you stop seeking approval and start living for yourself. House you live in, the job you work hard to get, or even the simple comforts you once wished for. The Stoics believe that true contentment comes not from gaining more, but from appreciating what is already present. One way to practice this mindset is through daily gratitude. Every morning or night, take a moment to list 3 things you're grateful for. This simple habit rewires your brain to focus on abundance rather than lack. Another Stoic exercise is negative visualization. Imagine losing the things you take for granted, your health, your home, or a loved one. This isn't meant to create fear, but to deepen appreciation. Happiness isn't in the future. It's in how you see the present. If you constantly chase the next thing, you'll never feel fulfilled. But if you learn to value what you already have, you'll realize that peace of mind was within your reach all along. Constant need for more all create unnecessary stress. The Stoics believe that by reducing our dependence on external things, we free ourselves from anxiety and dissatisfaction. Take a look at your own life. How much of what you own do you truly need? How many things have you bought just to impress others or to chase a fleeting sense of happiness? The more we simplify, the less we worry. A practical way to embrace simplicity is to declutter, not just physically, but mentally and emotionally. Remove unnecessary distractions, commitments, and material possessions that don't add real value to your life. Learn to appreciate experiences over possessions, relationships over status, and inner peace over external validation. True freedom isn't about having everything. It's about realizing you don't need everything to be happy. When you detach from the idea that more equals better, you unlock a life of greater clarity, purpose, and peace. Simplicity doesn't mean living in poverty or depriving yourself. It means focusing on what truly matters and freeing yourself from unnecessary burdens. By embracing simplicity, you shift your focus from accumulating more to appreciating what you already have. Instead of constantly chasing material possessions or status, learn to find contentment in having less. Many of the things we buy lose their value quickly or end up forgotten before making a purchase. Ask yourself, do I really need this? Beyond material things, simplicity applies to all areas of life. Overloaded schedules, excessive commitments, and digital distractions drain our energy. Take a step back, declutter your routine, and remove what doesn't serve you. The Stoics believe in eating simply, avoiding extravagant luxuries, and staying detached from the constant need for validation. Start small, reduce screen time, organize your space, and clear out unnecessary possessions. Notice how a decluttered environment leads to a clearer mind. Emotionally, let go of worries and the urge to please everyone. Learning to say no to things that don't add value to your life is just as important as simplifying your physical surroundings. Try living minimally for a short period. Spend a weekend without unnecessary spending, social media, or distractions. Use that time to reflect on what truly matters. Simplicity isn't about having less. It's about making space for more peace, clarity, and purpose in your life. Have you ever felt trapped in your own habits, struggling to change or reach your goals? Many people believe that freedom means doing whatever they want, whenever they want. But the Stoics taught that true freedom comes from discipline, the ability to control your impulses, actions, and thoughts. Epictetus once said, "No person is free if they are not in control of themselves." This means that to experience real freedom, you must cultivate self-discipline. Without it, you become a prisoner of your own desires, procrastination, and distractions. Instead of controlling your life, you become controlled by fleeting comforts and short-term gratification. Financial freedom requires the discipline to save and invest wisely. Physical well-being demands a discipline to eat healthily and stay active. Mental strength depends on the discipline to regulate thoughts and emotions. Discipline is what allows us to make intentional choices rather than living on autopilot. Those who practice it shape their future, while those who lack it remain at the mercy of their circumstances. In studying, a lack of discipline leads to last-minute cramming and stress. With discipline, you follow a structured plan, making learning more effective and enjoyable. Keeps you in a constant state of procrastination. Discipline helps you stay ahead, completing tasks efficiently and freeing up time for other pursuits. In health, without discipline, it's easy to give in to junk food, skip workouts, and develop unhealthy habits. With discipline, you make choices that support long-term well-being. True discipline isn't about restriction, it's about mastery. The more control you have over your habits and decisions, the more freedom you gain in life. Imagine waking up each day knowing your actions are leading you toward your goals rather than keeping you stuck. That's the power of discipline. Start small. Stick to a routine, honor your commitments, and resist distractions that don't serve your future. Over time, self-discipline becomes second nature, allowing you to live with true freedom and purpose. Staying up late, skipping workouts, and indulging in bad habits may feel like freedom, but true freedom comes from discipline. When you cultivate discipline, you make better choices, boost your energy, and prevent future problems. Without discipline, even small annoyances can set you off. But with discipline, you develop patience and handle challenges more effectively. To build discipline, start with the basics. Pick one small habit to improve, like waking up at the same time every day or planning your tasks the night before. Use the Stoic technique premeditatio malorum. Mentally prepare for obstacles before they arise. That way, when temptation strikes, you're ready to resist. Create daily rituals, small, disciplined routines that make decision-making easier and prevent mental exhaustion. Most importantly, understand that discipline is not a punishment. It's the key to having more control over your life. The more you develop it, the freer you become. Discipline and freedom aren't opposites. They go hand in hand. Those who commit to discipline in the long run reap the rewards of a more organized, productive, and peaceful life. Talk is cheap. Everyone knows someone who preaches discipline, success, and virtue, but fails to practice any of it. The Stoics taught that words mean nothing if they aren't backed by actions. Epictetus said, "Don't say you are a philosopher. Act like one." The world is already full of people telling others what to do. What's missing are real examples. And that's what you can become. Picture two people. One constantly talks about the importance of discipline, but always procrastinates. The other never preaches, but follows a solid, consistent routine. Who would you respect more? People don't believe what you say. They believe what you do. Stoicism is a practical philosophy. It doesn't matter how many books you read or motivational quotes you memorize. If you don't apply the lessons, nothing changes. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Stop debating what a good man should be one at work. If you want respect, don't ask for it. Earn it. Show commitment, punctuality, and professionalism. Your actions will always carry more weight than 1,000 speeches about ethics and responsibility. In relationships, if you want trust, don't demand it. Be trustworthy. If you want respect, don't insist on it. Give it first. Leading by example is the best way to show others how you want to be treated. In your family, if you want your children or younger siblings to develop good habits, don't just tell them, demonstrate it. If you want them to be honest yourself. If you want them to be disciplined, show them what discipline looks like. The same principle applies to friendships and communities. If you believe in kindness, be kind. If you value hard work, work hard. People are far more influenced by actions and words. Stoicism isn't about talking. It's about living. It's easy to criticize others, but true strength comes from embodying the values you admire. When you act with integrity, consistency, and discipline, you naturally inspire those around you without ever needing to preach. You wait until you feel completely prepared. You might never begin, but if you start now and learn as you go, progress becomes inevitable. The same applies to every area of life, whether it's fitness, career growth, or personal development. If you want to get in shape, don't wait for the perfect workout plan. Start by moving more today. If you want to learn a skill, don't wait for the ideal course. Begin practicing with what you have. Growth is a process, not a single leap. Perfectionism often disguises itself as caution, but in reality, it's just fear of failure. The Stoics understood that failure isn't the enemy. Inaction is. Epictetus said, "Progress is a continuous process, not a single event. Every small step forward counts." Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Don't waste what you can do with what you have now by waiting for what you don't have." The perfect moment doesn't exist. The only moment you have is now. Those who improve are the ones who take action, even when they don't feel ready. Those who stay stuck are the ones who wait. The choice is yours. Keep waiting or start moving forward, one small step at a time. If you wait until you fully understand a topic before practicing, you're only holding yourself back. Learning happens through trial and error, by reading, writing, and actively engaging, even when you don't feel ready. In the workplace, many people hesitate to apply for jobs because they don't meet every requirement. But the truth is, no one is ever 100% prepared for a challenge before facing it. If you feel even 70% ready, go for it. The rest you'll learn along the way. In relationships, waiting for the perfect moment to resolve a conflict, apologize, or express affection can be a mistake. The right moment is now. Tomorrow might be too late. In personal growth, people delay working out, meditating, or reading more, waiting for ideal conditions that never come. The key is to start small and build gradually. Instead of aiming for perfection, ask yourself, what can I do today with what I have right now? Then take that step without overthinking the outcome. Follow the 1% rule. Focus on being just 1% better than yesterday. Small, consistent progress leads to significant change over time. Embrace the Stoic mindset of continuous growth. Don't compare yourself to others, only to who you were yesterday. Most importantly, accept that failure is part of the process. The Stoics taught that failing isn't the issue. Giving up is. Perfection doesn't exist, but progress does. If you wait for the perfect moment, it will never come. But if you start now and improve little by little every day, you'll soon look back and see how far you've come. Before you go, congratulations on making it this far. The fact that you're actively seeking knowledge to improve your life already sets you apart. The Stoics believe that knowledge only has value when applied. And just by being here, you're proving that you're on the right path. Now, I'd love to hear from you. What resonated with you the most? Drop a comment below. And if this message inspired you, share it with someone who needs to hear it. Growth is a journey, and every small step counts. You don't have anything specific to say, Just type gratitude in the comments. That way I'll know you watched until the end and are committed to your growth. If this content made sense to you, go ahead and hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more Stoic insights to apply in your daily life. And remember, Stoicism isn't about knowing, it's about living. See you in the next video.